And hello everybody, welcome to today's event. We are here live at Gibbs International Raceway, right behind the Joe Gibbs stables. It is time for today's event. This is by far the longest track on the schedule, and our final superspeedway happens to be, that's what's going to host today's running of the Alamo rental car 250. I'm sorry, it's actually a 300, my bad, Alamo rental car 300.
Drivers!
There's command.
Start your engines!
Starting on pole for today's event happens to be the 7 of Captain Marvelous. Alongside him, the 3 of Ian Siegel. Here's the rest of your starting grid on the left side of your screen. Johnson, Fitzwater, Stewart, Wilson, Taylor, Hawkins, Simons, and Baker round out your top 10. And there's the rest of your starting grid. Points leader James Qualls happens to be starting mid-pack, not very good for him. Let's look at some drivers to note in today's field. Ian Siegel looking to rebound. There's Zachary Fitzwater. He's had some nice runs. Didn't do too well last week at Portland. He's going to try to rebound. Darian Taylor, our winner back at Eldora. Looking for some other guys that are notable. Anthony Ricky's up near the front of this field. He's almost won twice, but he's only won once, and that was back at Watkins Glen. James Qualls, also our last week's winner and our two-time winner, or only two-time winner of this season. I think the pace car's off. Yes, it is. These drivers are now going to speed up as race is on. Green flag is waving. We are underway here in the Alamo rental car 300. Let's try to get a better camera angle. This is sort of hard to see. I guess our chopper camera won't be too difficult. There we go. Spectator camera. They're racing hard back there. Captain Marvelous looks like he's got a good size lead over Ian Siegel right now. Just look at these camera angles, folks. This is the enormosity of this speedway. It is humongous. That's what makes this track so fun to race at, as Captain Marvelous keeps the inside line going. Looks like Ian Siegel's going to try to make a push up the outside. Looks like now Robert Stevens moving up out the outside. Has he made the pass yet? Not exactly. Captain Marvelous still getting the push from the high side. That's still going to give him the lead. It looks like Robert Stevens, though, maybe out of this corner he might be able to get it. Now we're 3 wide. Eric Steinmetz, now he might be out front, but it's still 3 wide, and it's an even battle as we head into the tunnel. We apologize for our lack of camera angles here. Here's some other views. Oh no, we got a wreck! Oh my! Oh my gosh, Kyle Keith is doing barrel rolls. Everybody trying to get around it. The no caution rule is a struggle here, but wow. Talk about a wreck, and everybody's gonna get going. Well then, who's our new leader gonna be? Let's see who's going to lead this race. It is the 33 of Alex Hawkins. Nope. It's the 31 of Brendan Nichols. All on his own. Well, did that wreck change everything? Let's see who's out of this race. I don't think anybody is officially withdrawn just yet. We'll have to see in just a little while if anybody has called it quits. But right now, Brendan Nichols, your leader so far. Brendan Nichols running great right now. All on his own. Nobody even wanted the challenge. Let's go back in the field and see who else we got. We have Ray Tackett right there. And then we have a big gap before you go to a 5-car pack led by Barry Baker. That includes Alex Hawkins, Maximus Falks, Jackie Tang, and Calventius Proximus. So 4 Toyotas and 1 Chevrolet. Then you go back to Yui Wakabayashi, Joshua Blackheart, Kyle Anderson, Ryan Wilson, Ian Dutta, and Henrietta Fitzwater. Then you have a 3-car tandem. Then you have another 3. And then you have Eric Steinmetz all on his own. Then you have a two-car tandem, two Dodges, two single-car Dodges, Jacob Crago, Joshua Michaels, Alex Tanker, and I believe that is Kev Shearer right there. Then you have Ray Jones, the number 9 car of Robert Stewart. I keep saying Stevens, my apologies. Some other drivers, 60, the 7, who was involved in that crash, the 85, the 6, and the 11. 89's back there, the 00's out, 34, 43, and then there's the pace car. Brendan Nichols, your leader right now, so he completed 2 laps. Let's try to get another angle, as he's the only car, so we only have to focus on him right now. Nobody else is going to catch him unless Brendan Nichols blows a tire or blows an engine. This might just be all his race. The 22 car, her challenge of Ray Takeda, her challenge is to gain, I believe, 4.5 seconds up on the 31, which might be very difficult. Then you have a huge pack, which might be able to draft together and beat everybody. But either way, we still have a lot of racing left to go here at Joe Gibbs International Raceway. Brendan Nichols, your leader. What a huge turn of events after that wreck. Got some interesting camera angles to give you. Let's see if we can ride on board of Brendan Nichols. There we go. See? Nobody behind him. Let's try to get a rear camera. See, look at that here. Everybody else is heading under the tunnel. Let's get a chopper view. The 31. Coming out onto yet another turn. And this by far is the longest speedway. I'm not sure if I said that already. On the schedule. Joe Gibbs International Raceway. Standing at 7 miles. This track is definitely a doozy to conquer. And there we go. It's striped that time. We're now 3 laps complete. 5 to go here at Joe Gibbs International Raceway. Brendan Nichols all on his lonesome, separating himself from Ray Takeda, who I believe is now inches away from getting swallowed up by that pack right there. Look how much that group of, I believe, 8 has gained on the 22. Now they're going to try it in a minute, and these guys are going to try and catch up and use the 22 to their advantage. Calventius Proximus in the 54 is leading that group. Now what they're going to try to do, as Proximus and Baker are now going to try to pull up on the bump, and Yui Wakabayashi is also going to try to work it. They're going to try to get on the bumper of the 22, and they're going to use the speed that 22 has. And now Kyle Anderson's group right behind it. Let's get back to him. He's pulling the group. And I believe the entire group is now going to be back to 1-car draft, except for Brendan Nichols, who's all up there. Now, what's going to happen is that now Calventius Proximus is right there. This group, this pack right here, is all going to try and draft their way and use their speed to catch the single car of Brendan Nichols, which is way up 4 seconds ahead of everybody. So, how difficult will this be, you ask? Well, let's find out. Everybody else is just sort of filing in, slowly but surely into the tunnel. On board, Nichols. Clear as day, nobody in sight for Nichols. Running great right now. Everything looks good for the 31. No errors. I believe that group has made up a little bit of ground. Apparently, I'm hearing they're down to 3.5 seconds. And look at that group. It has grown majorly. They've added, I believe they've latched the 87, the 79, the 24, the 12, and the 5 are now all part of that draft. So a couple notes, all 3 Gladiator Racing cars are in that draft. Both Penske cars. 2 Emperor Racing cars. Of the Turner Scott bunch, I believe we have 2. Of course, the leader is the Turner Scott car as well. Ooh, those guys are pushing hard. Kyle Anderson, Alex Hawkins, and Henrietta Fitzwater. So that just gives you a ratio of who's all really in this group. A lot of drivers are. And they are quickly making ground on Brendan Nichols. Brendan Nichols' issue, he's got to keep the speed going for the next 4 laps. My apologies, I was going to say 5 there. 4 laps. He's got to keep the speed going and make sure that he can outrun that tight group. However, they are going to be a lot faster. So it's going to be really difficult to see if Brendan Nichols can outrun them. Joe Gibbs International Raceway usually favors Toyotas, as we see back in that pack. We see a lot of Toyotas, as now Chevrolet is leading. You have Blackheart is in that pack. You have Proximus, Falks, Anderson, Baker, Tang. They're all in that pack. A lot of Toyotas. But of course, somehow... Oh, Junior McMillan! He's latching on the route. But somehow... Ish Taylor. Not Ish Taylor, my apologies. It's Brendan Nichols. Ish Taylor got kicked out of the ride. Brendan Nichols is now beating that stereotype, as we are now 5 laps complete, 3 to go here at Joe Gibbs International Raceway in the Alamo rental car 300. Brendan Nichols, that gap has closed tremendously. They're down to a 1.5 seconds away. The reason everybody is getting into that fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whoa, when do we have a wreck? Oh my! And there goes Hawkins spinning around. Proximus made it through it. Wilson, Fitzwater, Lamas made it through. Oh wow. Hawkins, Falks, all out of it. Nonetheless, those 5 survivors right there, Dutta, Pivia, Tang, McMillan, and the 12 of the Max are all quickly going to catch that number 31. The question is, will they be able to pass the 31? Like we saw at Talladega, they were all over Betty Johnson, but none of the 6 that were on Betty Johnson's number could pass. Is that what we're going to see here? Will these 5 be able to pass the 31? His teammate looking strong. Now the 5's going to look low, and everybody else is going to fall under. The 12 has almost lost the draft completely. He's slow, off the pace, I'd say. Let's see who's all out of this race. The 70 and the 8, who were both involved in the first accident, are all out. I believe the 14 and the 30 were also involved in the first accident. Matthias Paiva may be able to catch the 31. He'd be the first one. Jackie Tang if something goes wrong. We're 2 to go now. This has definitely been a very interesting race. And in a few minutes, it'll come to an end. Brendan Nichols leads. Matthias Paiva behind. Who's going to get back there first? Look at all those tire marks from the earlier wreck. Junior McMillan going to peak high. Look for help from Ian Dutta, but Ian Dutta's going to stick low, right above Tang. McMillan's going to fall right under, back behind Paiva now. Matthias Paiva, he'd be the first one to make the pass if someone were to. However, he is elected not to for some unknown reason. Heading to another turn, I believe this is the tunnel turn we're going to. After this race, we're going to be heading to Kentucky Speedway in Sparta, Kentucky, for what should be a very interesting race. After that, we're going to go to our final road course of the season at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Then we'll be heading to 4 straight speedways, well known. That would be Atlanta, Bristol, Texas, and Homestead. Matthias Paiva, all over the bumper with the 31. 92 going to look low. Look for some drafting help. Well, Tang in the 77 helped the 92. 92's got enough of a edge over the 5. Then the 5's going to have to let him through. Junior McMillan now getting a little bit of help from the 77. White flag in the air. 1 to go. McMillan now going to pass the 5. Will Nichols hold on to it? The 32 and the 12 are pretty much out of this one. Tang helping the 92 out. Will the 92 be able to make a pass? '77 right in the bumper of the 92. 92 trying to catch the 31. 77 going to look low. Help from the 32. 92 going to have to fall back and settle. 5 and the 12 going to try and help the 32 push the 77. Brendan Nichols is not giving up the spot. Jackie Tang now going to create his own line. Now riding the bumper hard of Brendan Nichols. Looking for an opening. Ian Dutta trying to create his own lane. Using help from Mattias Paiva, trying to see if he can get up there with his teammate to finish 1-2. Nonetheless, the 77 is running strong. All these cars are single file as we head into the tunnel. This race is about over, folks. Jackie Tang high. Is it going to be enough? Someone's got to help him if they want to pass Brendan Nichols, and nobody will. Jackie Tang to fall back. Looks like this race is just about over, folks. Brendan Nichols. And there goes Ian Dutta at the bottom. Will Ian Dutta be able to get the speed? He's getting help from Mattias Paiva. Oh, man. We may have a different winner than all expected. Ian Dutta now getting the edge. Ian Dutta, your new leader. Oh, man. Coming to the line. Ian Dutta wins. The Alamo rental car 300. Wow. Talk about a last lap pass. Ian Dutta wins the Alamo rental car 300 here at Joe Gibbs International Raceway. Wow. I gotta give it up to Brendan Nichols. Holding that lead off for that long. That was tremendous. Let's look at our official finishing results as they pile in, and then we'll look at some replays after that. Wow. Ian Dutta somehow edging out his teammate and getting the win. Second goes to Brendan Nichols. Great run by him, holding off everybody. Mattias Paiva, great run at the end there. He gets third. Junior McMillan also had a good run at the end, fourth. Jackie Tang had a great run as well, fifth. Eugene DeMax could have been better. He gets sixth. Jacob Crago, who was near the rear of the field during both the wrecks, somehow gets up there and he gets seventh. Cody Lamas, 8th. I saw him make it through the second one. Same thing with Alex Tanker. He'll get 9th. And Joshua Michaels, another guy who's near the rear of the field. He'll come away with 10th. Barry Baker, 11th. Cal Ventius Proximus, 12th. Topanga Wilson, 13th. Kev Shearer, 14th. Eric Steinmetz, 15th. Robert Stewart, 16th. Ray Jones, 17th. Luis Hernandez, 18th. Joshua Blackheart, 19th. And Taro Takanawa receives 20th. Ricky, 11th. Marvelous, 12th. Siegel, 13th. My apologies, Ricky 21st, Marvelous 22nd, Siegel 23rd, Henrietta Fitzwater 24th, Anderson 25th, Takeda 26th, Johnson 27th, Appleman 28th, Updike 29th, Wakbayashi 30th. Brian Wilson 31st, Zachary Fitzwater 32nd, Kang, Hawkins, Falks each, well, Kang was 1 lap down, he'll get 33rd, Hawkins and Falks each 2 laps down, 34th and 35th respectively. Austin Wilson, Darian Taylor, Kyle Keith, and James Qualls each retired. Let's see what happened to each of those drivers while these guys are wrapping up here. Let's go first to the 70 of James Qualls, who retired first. Let's see what happened to him. He was on pit road very early in this race. Oh, it was that wreck. Alright, so let's watch this wreck just to see, give you a visual of what exactly happened. Okay, let's watch that again. Alright, back it up real quick. Alrighty. Everybody's running fine right there. So let's show you what happened. I believe the 3 got into the wall right there, and the 00 happened to get loose into the 9 at the same time. 00 got loose off the 2, which caused the 9 to spin, and the 44 to go the other direction. The 31 was in the perfect position at the right time. That's going to cause the 14 and the 2 to both get into it. The 7's going to go into the wall. The 44 is going to... Now what happens to the 70? Ooh! Now the 70 is going to be perfectly turned by the 14. The 60's almost look like he's going to go over, but he does not. The 43 is going to be stuck behind the 3 over there. The 8 and the 6 are going to get clear, it looks like. So the 70 is going to get spun. Let's watch a little bit more. Wilson avoids. Ray Takeda avoids. Everybody looks fine. So what happened? Oh! He got belted by the 30, and that's where the 30 gets into it. And that's why Brendan... And he's going to go barrel rolling. Ouch. Oh my gosh, James Qualls. Is he okay? Talk about barrel rolling. Huh. There goes Ian Siegel. Oh man, that would have hurt. Well, he went for quite the ride. Alright, so let's see what happened to... Let's back this up a little bit. Alright, let's see what happened to Kyle Keith, who also retired from this race due to a wreck. Let's get his view on it. Let's go on board with Keith, actually. Alright, so let's see what his view of this was. So all he's got is a nose corner 2. So he doesn't have much. Now the 6 is going to cut over, cause him to get turned. 89 is going to flip him on his roof. And that's all that was. The 16 and the 04 are going to sort of squeeze on by. Same thing with a lot more cars. That was his ride, and I believe he's going to come down the road. He was done with it. So let's see what else we got. Darian Taylor in the 14. Let's go on board with him. Looks like he ended up in the same exact wreck situation. Let's see his view of this. He's just going to get cut off, and he's going to spin the 70. Which is going to cause him to go nuts. Grass doesn't look like anybody's going to tip him, though. I think he got lucky. And so he's just going to skate away and clean. And he's just going to head down pit road and decided he had enough. Now we have one more DNF. That was the 30 of Austin Wilson. I do not believe that was from that wreck. Nope, Austin Wilson is going to come down pit road. However, let's see what his issue was. He tries to find his pit stall. There it is, the 30, right in front of the 70 of James Qualls, who did in fact retire. I think he is going to be okay. Never mind, I am mistaken. He was out after the same wreck. So I do believe nobody after the second wreck with Alex Hoggins and Maximus Falks, nobody else got out of this race. Nobody else left the race besides those 4 from the original wreck. Well, congratulations to Ian Dutta for somehow magically pulling out the win ahead of Brendan Nichols. Great job by him. Next week, we head to Kentucky Speedway for the running of the Clorox 250. 5 races to go. Actually, my apologies, 6 races to go. Will James Qualls, after his big wreck today, be able to hold on to the lead, or will we see a new leader spark up? We'll have to find out. Like if you want to see more GMCS action. Subscribe to get all your GMCS videos sent directly to you. Comment to keep your ride. Alright, we'll see you guys next time.